Hello everyone, this is Mechadoji. Today I'm going to analyze the new Myriad of Celestia trailer that just released. I will be going over the dialogue and design choices to show what they mean and what the future holds for Honkai Star Rail. The details picked up in this video will be so in-depth you won't have to see any other video like this. So I would appreciate a like and subscribe for the amount of blood, sweat, tears, and urine put into this. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Penacony, planet of festivities.
Here we have Duke Inferno, who we last saw in the 1.4 reveal stream, discussing Penacony, which was also announced to be the new planet we are going to in 2.0. It is a planet blessed by the Harmony and will be holding a party held by the family. Many guests will be arriving there, representing different paths throughout the universe, including Himiko, who will be representing the Trailblaze. And since this is a party, that means they're going to have good snacks there, with little pigs in a blanket and different kinds of cheese dips.
A cradle drowning in dreams, a haven for the cowardly.
This line most likely means that since the planet is of the Harmony, the citizens probably get a good night's sleep and can dream pretty easily. Sounds pretty nice. I would enjoy a good night's sleep for once. And it appears that Duke Inferno is jealous of them as well, since it seems he thinks a good night's sleep is cowardly. And I understand, as he is consistently on fire, probably is pretty difficult to go to sleep when your pillow catches on fire. So I actually changed my mind. He isn't jealous, more so grouchy from lack of sleep.
The family has summoned guests for its grand celebration.
As stated before, there is a party with guests being invited. These include Himiko of the Trailblaze, Acheron of the Hunt, Adventurine of the Preservation, Sparkle of the Elation, Black Swan of the Remembrance, and Dr. Ratio of the Erudition.
The golden blood will flow from the destruction as an offering to them.
This can be interpreted as he knows that he is going to get his villain ass kicked, and would like to make it known that after we beat him, it was all according to Keikaku.
Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
This line means that these four will be villains and that he will be sending them to be defeated by us. Using this as an excuse to get rid of them. As their father, he wants us to kill them so he no longer has to pay child support to their mother and or mothers.
Gosh, I lit a fire in your eyes and showed you music of the string.
This is our first character being introduced, Akash. We will see him later on as the gentleman holding the demonic cello. We see an eye here as well along with this line, meaning that this man is probably blind and essentially Ray Charles. Except he isn't black.
Serenade the celebration and hush the harmony into muted awe.
It will be done, Father.
So with every one of these villains, we are going to get them antagonizing one of the paths. Akash here is going to be facing off against the Harmony, which is represented by the family. And since he is a musician, I believe it will be specifically Robin, the singer. Now, we see the word serenade, which is usually used in love songs, so we will probably be getting a Romeo and Juliet tale between these two. Lovers who cannot be together due to their families. And instead of Robin dying like Juliet, she will probably just take a nap, as we were told he will hush them into awe, which could also mean a lullaby. Maybe he could do that for his father, Duke Inferno, so he can get some sleep.
Dubra, I set your form alight and taught you mastery of the blade.
Next is Dubra, who is the puppet girl. He mentions that he set her form ablaze, meaning this is not her body, but this is. Meaning, if she becomes playable, we probably will get a Clara and Svarog situation with a 2-for-1 deal. This is further reinforced when we see an apple hollowed out with a spine inside. This can be seen as a deceptively sweet outside with almost nothing on the inside, like a bag of potato chips. Inferno also mentions mastery of the blade, which can be seen later on when we see her real body carrying a scythe.
Temper it with sulfur, maim the elation, and let the performer's blood and tears pour into the abyss.
As you wish, Father.
Here they are referring to Sparkle, who is representing the elation. Now, it's hinted that she might become a Tingyun 2.0 and might be a sacrifice. A sacrifice for what? Well, we see blood and tears into the abyss. Well, what has spilled blood? Genshin's first anniversary. Tears? The Genshin community after Star Rail got a free Dr. Ratio. The Abyss? The only form of endgame content in Genshin Impact. So that's right, she will be sacrificed to appease the Genshin stans.
Katarina, I kindled a flame in your heart and granted you blood of fire.
The next character introduced is this baddie. She is hot. Like, super hot. And the dialogue here reinforces this.
Use your wrath to shatter the Preservation Sanctum and build their gold to create a statue of our savior.
You got it, old man.
Katarina will be targeting the Preservation, and Venturine from the IPC will be the representative. And we all know that they are a rich organization, so they probably have a bank, or sanctum, where they keep a bunch of gold, which has a very stable market value. This is further proven when we see a vault being melted down. Now, this is actually pretty kind, as melting the gold doesn't really change its inherent worth, and building a statue of it can actually increase its value as the artistic value is added on top of that. So this could be seen as a good thing from a business perspective. Also, the savior Inferno is referencing is probably Satan.
And Constance at last. My most ambitious and exceptional child. There is nothing more to teach you. Just remember, with our Peliconi's midnight hour, strip away all they hold dear, and leave naught but the remembrances too.
Finally, we get the last member, Constance. This flower represents her with beauty and allure, while destroying and growing, emphasizing that she has outgrown his teachings. This is an old trope where she is likely to betray Duke Inferno, whether joining our side, becoming the big bad, or a mixture of both. She will also be targeting the Remembrance, who is represented by Black Swan. Now I wonder which one Tectone would choose to simple for more.
But if you notice Black Swan's design, her tits are massive. She's really hot. I've been looking forward to this bitch since I saw her on that one cutscene like a year ago.
Pessimism might be wise.
Okay, I'll be pulling for, to be honest, an improved version of Albedo.
We also get a good shot of Duke Inferno. Now you can see why he has a hard time sleeping. Those horns alone would be very annoying, let alone the flames.
She won't be necessary. I can take them alone.
Now here we have Katarina. She has these mechanical feet, meaning she may have taken inspiration from One Piece or more recently Solo Leveling. As well as a ball and chain, which means she's decently strong if she can at least flail that around with a bit of accuracy. Her line also shows that she is quite confident in her skills, and it very well shows in her aesthetics. However, it might show a sign of overconfidence. I mean, she has giant bazongers, a whole pair of belongers, real jabberhologaloos. These will be nerfed come launch, as shown in Exhibit Rosaria. Do you know what China also doesn't like? Tummy. There is an amazing amount of tummy being exposed here. I am an avid tummy enjoyer, and do expect her to be covered up more than a Christian on a Sunday by release.
Katarina, a little pessimism might be wise. What if we all end up dead?
And here is Constance, who has an exquisite theme to her. If you mix the sexy demon of Albedo and the refinement of Lady Dimitrescu, you get Constance. Blue flames can be shown, which are actually hotter than regular flames, meaning she may very well be stronger than Duke Inferno. And she only listens to him because he is her father. Although, she may be looking to become a strong, independent woman. Her line suggests that she is cautious, which is usually seen with cunning characters, further reinforcing her potential betrayal or grab for power.
Since when have those on the path of destruction feared death?
Now here we have the Chad and only son, Akash. We see he is wearing dark shades indoor, which means he is more than likely blind, as this would be a terrible fashion statement otherwise. We also see rose petals surrounding him, meaning the Romeo and Juliet, or Akash and Robin plot, is hinted at even further. He's hot, she's hot, their kids will probably be hot. He does shush Constance, meaning he is used to putting people to sleep as well. If he is playable, his gameplay may involve putting either the enemy to sleep, or the player if his gameplay is boring.
Still, it is wise to plan ahead, Father.
What is our fallback if things become perilous?
And finally here we have Dubra. We first see the little girl who most would assume is her. Then BAM! We get her true form. You can also see she is holding what appears to be an apple. Just like before, it shows innocence on the outside yet holds deception on the inside. This may mean that while she looks like a little girl, her true form may be a 1,000-year-old woman. If this means she is legal, you guys can debate that in the comments. She also appears to be cautious, thinking of a plan for the worst case scenario. Her becoming an unplayable unit.
Fall back! Such a thing does not exist!
So here we see Duke Inferno complaining about the possibility of them surviving, showing he really doesn't want to pay child support anymore. I mean, kids are expensive.
Destruction is brave and heroic. To cling to life is to delay in cowardice.
So Duke Inferno here is trying to gaslight his children into dying and not surviving this mission, further showing that he is not a good father, doesn't love his children, and maybe should have worn protection. Although, now that I think about it, Shang is probably on fire as well and would burn the rubber off. But if that's the case, then how did the mothers take a literal burning hot rod?
Relish Pennacone's savor its invitation. Prepare this beautiful dream to welcome its new master from Fedora.
This again is showing that he will be the main antagonist of the Pennacone Planet arc, or at least the initial villain. He also mentions an invitation, so he may have very well been invited to the party, meaning they kinda got what's coming to them if they invited someone who follows the literal path of destruction. He also mentions relish, which is found on hot dogs. Now, where are hot dogs sold en masse? Baseball games, meaning the Duke here enjoys a good old baseball game. Maybe he's a fan of the Mets. Ah, who am I kidding? No one actually likes the Mets.
Ifrit, Duke Inferno, Everflame Mansion.
And the final name drop. Duke Inferno is his name-o. Now, Ifrit is the name of a fire spirit, infamously found in the Final Fantasy series. Except those ones are much cooler than the flaming goat man we have here. He may be a follow-up attack unit, as he has a set that is specifically referencing him. But Hoyoverse likes to add new sets when new characters come out, so you have to farm that new place for new relics to complete the new character, putting you in an endless treadmill of farming and grinding. Alright, that is it for my analysis of the trailer. I hope you enjoyed it and didn't take it too seriously. I just made it because I wanted to talk about it. But if you did like it, I may make more like this in the future whenever trailers like this pop up. If you want to see more, less serious content, let me know in the comments. But until next time, see ya, and stay gold.
The way to celebrate, I'll be waiting till we make it. Oh, we will see. Come with me, take the turn.